Starting to the top right of the map, we have the Terran player down a game in the series already. It is
STX Innovation from Korea.
Innovation playing well, but we have just a strong opponent against him. And this guy to the top left of the map, he is a champion. He is
Samsung Ken Roro from Korea.
This is, you know, the possibility that Innovation goes down to the final match is something I don't think very many people expected in this group. A lot of people are expecting both of these players to get out, but I would say most of them highly favoring Innovation to take it all the way and get first place in the group.
Definitely. A lot of people were talking about Innovation being the favorite player to take the entire tournament here. But one thing that we really shouldn't forget is that this is a tournament of champions. We have so many good players in this lineup, in the player roster, and it just shows. Innovation now down a game against Roro. Of course, a player that can always bounce back into a best-of-3 series, and even if he loses here, he would have another chance to advance to tomorrow's bracket round. But it's definitely one of those situations where the Zerg player has done a really decent job. But let's find out if Innovation is able to come back into the series. We have a lot of best-of-3s now that went the entire distance today. Maybe this is one of them.
Yeah, maybe so. Hatch first, of course, versus Command Center first, as you would expect on Whirlwind. Not cross spawns. And we have... I wonder if Innovation will go into a Hellbat drop on this map, because it's his map pick, but at these positions Hellbat drops are really good. And the map pick, for me, the way I look at it is he's saying, Roro, I'm trying to limit your ability to be aggressive to me in the early game because this map is big. It's a lot easier for me to spot something like this coming. But at the same time, he could go for his own aggression to try to throw Roro off.
This is one of the maps that Innovation has been playing against Soulkey quite a bit. And when you watch the GSL Coders finals, it was one of the games where Innovation was actually up against a very aggressive strategy by Soulkey. Soulkey going for a lot of Banelings and Roaches and Zerglings. It was more the micro of Innovation that won him the game, especially since he was able with those Hellions to take down a lot of Banelings that worked so well for him. But it's a map where you can be very aggressive, but usually we have a few drawn-out games here. Soulkey against Innovation at Pro League comes to mind, where we had a great series between both of them. So there are a lot of styles that a lot of roads that you can go down in such a game. And let's see what exactly Roro is trying to do here. So far, he's once again starting with the early speed against his opponent. Yeah,
early speed. And I'm going to keep a very close watch on how many drones he has in the gas. When the SCV was in the main base, he only had one in there, so that's what Innovation has scouted. And you know, it's just kind of like when you have a guest come over to your house, you keep everything really nice and clean, and then when he leaves, you can just mess it up again. Kind of similar idea here, except it's just hiding your tech.
Yeah. And we have those additional queens now, or two so far. We have the bunker at the front. So far, everything completely standard. Innovation after the command center, heading into the factory, will soon start his third CC. And let's see how well he's able to defend this time. He needs to find out what's going on. Roro could well go into the same strategy. It's not a cross-position spawn that we have.
Yeah. You know, he's got two in gas now. Puts one inside. Innovation really, really desperately wants to find out what's going on. Obviously with the Hellions here, he can keep the aggression on. If he gets the Hellions there faster, which didn't happen last game, then it's much harder for Roro to actually bait him around with the Zerglings, which was really, really well done. He chased the Hellions all over the map, played kind of ring around the rosy with them, hey, chase me, and then he hit the Roaches until the last second. It was really, really well done.
A carrot on a stick, and it worked like a charm. He chased it the entire time. He didn't get any scouting on the lower half of the map, and then when he finally saw those Roaches, it was already too late for him to react to it. We have now a move that we have seen in the past, where we see a fast speed for the Overlords to find out what exactly is going on here.
Yeah, very, very quick coming out here, and so it's really, you know, Roro who wants to find out what Innovation is doing much more so than the other way around, it seems. Here come those first Hellions. He's probably going to peek by the third base, make sure it's there, and then try to dart past the Queens and get any additional scouting information there.
Yeah, the more the more information he gets here, the better for him. He wants to know how many drones are there, do you have Zerglings, are there any hidden roaches that I need to know of. The evolution chambers alone are already going to tell Innovation quite a lot. Then he knows that at least he's not up against this very fast roach bailing timing. He also sees, of course, the Overlord speed. The Marine a little bit frustrated. Oh, but the double
Nice.
Widow Mine.
Oh, bit premature.
Yeah, that is one of the problems that you have if you borrow the Widow Mines right next to each other and try to hit the same target. They don't automatically lock onto the same target, so...
You have to wait until one fires completely.
Yeah, you have to either manually target and then you can pull it off, but as it is, the Overlord actually escapes here.
You should be able to kill it with that Viking now, even though Overlord speed is done. Well, he's not going to hunt it.
Yeah, I could try to escape here. We have a few Spore Crawlers being built just to have some scouting on the map, some detection against potential Widow Mine drops. 1-1 upgrades also being started, and the lair tech follows immediately. Keep in mind that this can still be an aggressive timing. We've seen this especially when Lucero is playing. There's the Baneling Nest. We don't have a Roach Warren just yet.
Yeah. This is innovation needs to continue to scout, because even though you already saw that the Overlords had speed, that means, yeah, he's not facing a really fast timing, but there still could be a timing out there.
Yeah.
He's got a perfect position there with those Hellions against the Lings.
We could also just see the Spire as soon as he has the lair tech. And that makes it a bit scary. You have to find out what's going on. Is the Zerg just trying to get the speed out for Roaches and Banelings if he goes into a lair, or does he want to start his Spire? So the scouts and the scans have to be there. You can always scout with another drop. We have now those Medivacs speeding into the main base. Bit of damage done by the... Oh, he doesn't realize what's going on, but thankfully only the Overlords are being attacked here. I think he killed one drone.
Yeah, one drone. And another one comes down here. Ooh!
Yeah, only Zerglings. Very well played by Roro here. Nice blitz.
You could
really
tell
good play against the Widow Mines.
Yeah, you could tell not only did Roro know what to do against that, but also Innovation tried to target the drones, and then they went out of the threshold, and then he just was like, well, I can either unburrow this and lose my Widow Mine, or I'm just going to have to let it kill the Ling.
Yeah, there's a Spire. And you know there's actually a Marine micromap where you have to split against Banelings. Is there a Zerg micromap where you have to split Zerglings against Widow Mine shots?
I would love to see that. I've
should
never
have
heard
that.
of it. Someone will make it.
If you're a map maker and you are currently listening to the stream, there's an idea for you right there.
Yeah. Well, Baneling speed coming out here. 18 Zerglings as well.
And the 1-1 for Innovation being a lot slower than for Roro. Roro is already on 1-1 upgrades. Doesn't start 2-2 yet though. Now here comes the second attack upgrade and the armor upgrade, just as I said, so he will stay ahead in upgrades, at least for now.
Yeah, that Widow Mine denies the scout on the base. And there's the armory coming down, so a little bit behind in upgrades, Innovation, but he'll catch up fairly soon. He's also getting his second factory, so he can not only increase his Widow Mine production, but also get that burrow upgrade. That's why the second factory is so crucial, because you don't have time to switch one factory onto a tech lab and then research it and then switch back. You lose way too much Widow Mine production that way. And the second factory gives you the ability to transition into, if you need someone in an extreme case, a Thor, or also to make siege tanks if you need it against roaches, but most importantly gives you that upgrade.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely does. Fourth base coming up now for Roro. Wants to increase his economy here a little bit. He's actually falling behind in supply, and that just shows how amazing Innovation is with macro play.
Yeah, it's definitely true. I mean, you know, you just leave him alone for a few seconds, then suddenly his supply explodes. It's like, you know...
If you are a Zerg player and you're watching a TVZ and you see the Zerg falling behind in supply, you always have this really weird feeling in your stomach area, because it's like watching an accident about to happen.
Yeah.
It's really like a car driving towards the wall and the driver not realizing what's happening. It's like, it's really, do I want to watch this? This is going to be ugly.
Yeah, that's basically what you get. Innovation, he's being very aggressive right now as well. He's not only macroing, but also just moving around, pacing himself a little bit.
He just sees everything. His map awareness is great, and he has so many Widow Mines now. The few infestors that he might get here could help him a lot, but for now it looks like he wants to go into the Hive Tech. Infestation Pit is just now done. Mutalisks, not the biggest commitment that we've ever seen. It's really about the tech into Hive for him, and there it is. He will go down the the Ultralisk Road later on.
He will also be able to get 3/3 upgrades from the Hive.
Yeah.
Which is going to something that helps him out quite a bit. He's very ahead of Innovation as far as upgrades go. There's only going to be a small window, but during this window of time, Innovation's attacks are not going to be as effective as they would be otherwise.
Drilling Claws now coming into play, or at least being researched. We have a lot more Widow Mines on the way. And it's just so much production for Innovation. He can really hit those cycles just so well, keeping his money low here to get more production structures into the game.
Getting armor for his Widow Mines right now.
Didn't really start to drop too much, but the armor upgrade is also going to help him a lot. Scanning ahead, just finding out what's going on at the Zalnaga Watchtower, making sure that he's able to get that.
Yeah, you never want to walk blind into a line of sight blocker no matter what's on the other side.
Yeah.
That's what you got to know.
Exactly, that's definitely true. Another drop that is being set up here already, chasing down a few overseers. He's really just trying to hug the creep line here to make sure that he can take down those important tumors, and he even catches the queen. Oh, not quite.
Getting a lot of tumors though.
He has to be careful because the middle of the map is now once again occupied by Ro16, who's trying to find an opening, darting in here, but there is just not enough for Ro16 to make this happen just yet.
Not just yet. There's a lot of good Widowmine traps set up here by Innovation. This one is not one of those.
Innovation has the bank, but he missed to close the gap here at the wall. Needs to do that. Needs to send out another SCV, and he does. Here comes the Ultralisk Cavern that I was talking about later. Yeah.
You were talking about it like in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I will talk about that later too. I'm actually having a bit of a glimpse in the future here.
Well, that was kind of a funny shot there. It didn't actually quite kill the other Widowmine.
Yeah, and you know why that is?
Because the Baneling exploded on it.
Because... Oh, no, actually, sorry, my bad. The armor upgrade isn't actually...
He would have one-shot it if he had +3.
Doesn't have the upgrade just yet. So, well, here we go, moving in with the Lynx, trying to go for the surround. The Baneling's actually doing a lot of damage. Those infested with the bundles. And, whoa! Innovation getting smacked here.
Yeah, getting smacked down, but a lot of Banelings lost there during the meantime. But that was a great win for Ro16 because this really pushes Innovation back, takes away his momentum for the time being.
And Ro16 just continues to use the momentum that he has to expand again to the bottom left of the map. He's now once again on the same amount of supply, switching into the Ultralisks now. And Innovation just responds with getting additional Marauders into the game. Ooh,
nice.
What a good hit.
And if he had walked a little bit further, we'd have even gotten a second one.
Yeah,
Innovation could get this base.
That's the problem what you have when there are Widowmines all over the map. You never know exactly where they are, and good hits might destroy just your momentum and make sure that you're a lot slower. Oh, he could get those fungals!
Oh, a decent split here, but still, he's going to get so much. This is great for Ro16.
And he stops with the rest of his... Why does he stop? He's trying to bait them, I guess, into the Widowmines, but they are already on cooldown. He killed much more Medivacs than he could have, than he should have.
Yeah, and much more than he could have, much more damage done there than he could have done with those Widowmines he was trying to bait into. You know, another factory going down here for Innovation. He's about to have 3-3. They're both relatively even when it comes to the upgrades right now. The Greater Spire transition is one that's going to give him some trouble, though, because he doesn't have the additional starports yet. He doesn't have any Vikings.
Yeah, those fights earlier depleted the extra bank that we had for Innovation. That is a huge problem for him right now. And Ro16 is getting into a much better position now at this point. I really like this. The base at the bottom left is still not scouted. He could use it for additional gas income. That's what he needs here. He has the mineral bank. He's lacking gas. All those upgrades, especially +3/+3 now coming through. For Innovation, this is also the case, so the Terran player not slacking off here.
Yeah, Innovation going to take a good engagement here. Anytime a Widowmine shoots an Ultralist, that's a good thing. Ooh, that was not a good Widowmine shot, not for Innovation anyways.
Yeah, one Widowmine down, the second one surviving just barely. I really want Ro16 to use that base at the bottom left, just get those extractors and at least get the gas.
Yeah, getting the gas there would be huge. Notice he has 1600 metals that you just can't spend without the gas support. It's not a problem of his larva either, he has 30 of that.
Yeah, really good hits once again against the Zerglings this time. Getting a lot done, but finally those Widowmines are gone. And this is kind of the theme that we saw in the last few minutes. Ro16 just trying to find out where are those Widowmines and taking them on. There was one at his 4th base too that he took out. So he is just making sure that he controls the map once again and that those Widowmines are not going to become an issue later on.
Yeah. Good scan here, just making sure there's no flank coming in here while he tries to move across the map. Innovation has done an excellent job of keeping Ro16's creep spread down. Yeah, Ro16 has the creep spread down to his base to the left, but he does not have anything going towards Innovation at all.
I really don't like that Ro16 doesn't get the gas at the bottom left. He needs gas, and he has 91 drones. There's just no reason to stay on such a high economy at this point in the game. The base has been scouted by now, but Innovation for a long time didn't know about it, and Ro16 missed his opportunity to take the gas and just be able to get rid of those minerals and get high-tech units out there.
Ro16 with that chase there, with Innovation looking godlike. I mean, how he took a situation where he was about to lose a ton of his army and made it in a situation where he killed an Ultralist and damaged all the Mutalisks is just the type of player that Innovation is. He can just take a bad situation and turn it into an awesome one.
Yeah. The Widow Mine's still doing damage, still scattered across the map. We have double starport coming down for Innovation now that he realizes he's up against Ultralisks.
Part of the problem for you're right. Part of the problem for Roro is that he doesn't have the gas. He doesn't have the gas to make more overseers. He only has 2 right now, but for a lot of this game he's been playing with only 1, and that means he can never really kill the Widow Mines when it's time.
Right now the army supply is 102 for Roro and 130 for Innovation. Roro just has way too many drones, and he cannot remax with anything else but Zerglings because he just does not have the gas. This is becoming an issue. And the gas that he's taking now at the bottom left is way too late. By now the base has been spotted, and Innovation is sending over units. He takes down the base to the left side of the map, the 4th, and he has another set of units down at the bottom left.
Yeah, if he kills the spine, he should be able to target the hatchery down. There's no way Roro can save it.
82 Zerglings are being built just because it's the only thing that he can max out in.
Yeah. 5 Vikings at a time being made for Innovation. I put him at 6 right now, but any unit he uses, he'll just replace with Vikings and start to deal with those Broodlords. Oh, is he going to get the hatch? Yeah. It's actually going to be close. He'll definitely get it.
Nah, he's going to get it. With 1 Marine left. And the Marine is dying to the Broodlings now. But it was a hero Marine.
He certainly was. 2 more starports on the way. Really desperately trying to transition into those Vikings.
And he can. 6 Vikings at a time with those added reactors.
Yeah. I mean, the planetary here not going to last too long against the Broodlords, even if there's a repair. So he needs to react. This is a great scan and a great push out here. Splits his units, tries to go for the Broodlords, needs those Widow Mines burrowed, and he gets them.
The Fungals are decent, but not good enough. The Bailing's trying to roll in, but we have Widow Mines burrowed. Here come those few infestors that he has, but Innovation is just making sure that he gets the better trades here. And Roro, those Zerglings are completely useless against this army. They are not what he wants to have.
He lost a lot of those Vikings, though, don't forget. And I mean, he's remaxing with them, but this means the Broodlords have a timing window here to actually kill his Planetary. Planetary is dead. He can catch a lot of those SCVs as well.
Yeah, but the Planetary wasn't the problem. Killing the base, of course, is great, but we have 2 more to the left side, or to the right side of the map. And here comes this mobile army of the Terran player, moving in, taking the hits, eating the Fungal, though, and that was a little bit too overzealous by Innovation.
Is he going to get the hatch? It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, he should have moved away here. That was a problem. That was a huge problem right there. Roro was actually falling apart because he doesn't have the gas and because he was maxing out with the wrong kind of units. But Innovation losing this many units because he was so clumped up and not even taking the hatch, that was huge.
Oh wow, these spine foes look like they're about to bleed out. Starting to do so already. That's always a problem. They actually die so fast.
Yeah, the funny thing is he could actually just unburrow them and immediately they would be fine.
Yeah, I don't know why he's not doing that. I don't think he's realizing what's going on. For him, he was just like, that's all about the hatchery. I don't care about anything else. He probably sees the red dots on the minimap and thinks they're like Zerglings or something else, or Overlords.
Innovation is starting to bounce back. He lost such a huge army when those Fungals hit. I don't think he saw those infestors. He could have easily just moved to the left side. He had so many medivacs there. Would have been no problem whatsoever to continue towards the 3rd base of the Zerg and then even go into the main. But as it is, now we have this air battle starting and there are just so many Vikings. He has 15 already and now he's kiting his opponent's Corruptors.
Yeah. And he thinks there's a hatchery bait here. Stims over. Nothing to be found. He's going to go check the bottom left. And I think at this point, when he comes to the bottom left, he's going to see all these bleeding structures and he's going to be like, wait a minute, you don't actually just have anything. That was a good Baneling hit.
200 supply against 166. Roro is in a lot of trouble here.
He sees this and he's like, well, you just don't actually have anything left, do you?
Exactly. That's exactly what he's thinking right now. He knows that the base to the top center is the only one that he has. The Fungals are good against the Vikings, but one Fungal alone is not going to decide this game in his favor. The Infestors, they do what they can, but now the Broodlords are being targeted.
Yep, this is going to be the end. The last few stems. Once the Broodlords are gone, the Marines will make quick work of the Corruptors. All the Infestors out of energy. Roro dropping down to 110 supply, and GG.
GG indeed. Roro with mistakes in this game that Innovation capitalized on. Not having that gas, not having those extractors lost him the game. I mean, there are a lot of other things that happened and a lot of points where Roro could have jumped back into the game, but I'm just saying, without the gas, he had 3,500 minerals and he maxed out in Zerglings against +3 Marines.
No reason not to take those gases. Yeah. What he should have done is, focus on getting some drones on there, make a bunch of combines with some of those minerals and then also get the gases to make sure you can defend it.
Innovation didn't know about that base for an eternity, and if you get the gas and you have the additional gas bank with like 1,000, you can go into additional Broodlords, you can get a couple of Corruptors out there, you can even build more Infestors if you want to, but the only thing that he could build were Zerglings. They are great if you can get a run by and if you move in, but with all those Widow Mines that Innovation had borrowed everywhere on the map, that wasn't an option. Ro16 just lost so much, and not getting the gas, it lost him the game.
Yeah. Akalon Waste is the third and final map to decide who is going straight into tomorrow's bracket. And I'm excited for this. This is a really good map for Terran versus Zerg. You know, Terran has some advantages in the late game, Zerg has some advantages in the early game, and depending on how you play it and how the game goes, it is a very balanced map. I like it a lot.
I like the map a lot for the matchup. It's one of my favorite maps for TVZ, and we are going into the game right away. So far, we have once again a third game, and I couldn't be happier about it. We have Ro16 up against Innovation. That's such a treat to cast. The last few games were already so entertaining, and both players really playing on a high level. But now we're going into the last and deciding game between the two of them, finding out who advances to the next stage of the tournament tomorrow here at the WCS Season 1 Finals in Korea.